friends, hello and welcome to one more episode from Educated Muslim. I hope you are doing well. Today we will have some fun with Zakir Naik. You know, this guy is pretty popular in the subcontinent and he is a known absconder from the Indian authorities. He has been evading taxes big time, supporting terrorist activities in India and other places of the world. And finally, when the government of India caught up with him, he just ran away. Now he is in Malaysia. But interestingly, he is now a new state guest in Pakistan. The Pakistan state or the country of Pakistan has given him the honor of being the state guest. And he is going around in Pakistan and trying to answer questions from different people. They are all very much excited to have him answer some of their questions. And as usual, Zakir Naik loves to stand in a podium before a huge crowd, and one of the crowd will ask him the question and he will give the answer like a great scholar. Now, this is a place in Pakistan, a city called Lahore, where he is standing in a podium near a masjid, or rather in a masjid, and there a girl or a lady is asking a question to him and he is answering it. And the question is this. The question says that the lady is asked the question that the Quran condemns and abuses the Jewish people to a great extent. But even still, then, the girl asked the question, or the woman asked the question, why are the Jews still ruling the world? Listen to this, and then we will continue the discussion as things go by, as time progresses.
आप फिर से सवाल दोहराएंगी?
कुरान का यहूद पर जिल्लत और मोहताजी का स्टैंप लगाने के बावजूद इसराइली रियासत का क़याम और उसके मालदार होने की वजह और पूरी दुनिया पे रूल करने की वजह क्या है?
अगर मैंने आपका सवाल सही तरीके से सुना, आपने कहा कि कुरान मजीद में यहूद के बारे में लिखने के बावजूद यहूद क्यों दुनिया को रूल कर रहे हैं, बराबर?
जी.
Now that you have listened to the question of the lady, now listen to the answer from Zakir Naik. For your convenience, I will give the translation captions so that you can read in English what he is speaking out in Urdu.
और रूल कर रहे दो वजह की वजह से. नंबर वन, वो सारी बैंक, जितने बैंक है रिबा बैंक दुनिया के, उसके सरताज है यहूद. आप जितने बैंक देखेंगे, इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड या जितने अमेरिकन बैंक है, आप सुनेंगे फोर्ट नॉक्स, आप समझेंगे ये यूएसए गवर्नमेंट का है. ये गवर्नमेंट का नहीं है, यहूद का है. तो यहूद ने पूरी दुनिया को रिबा के अंदर डुबा दिया.
Now that you have listened to the speech of Mr. Zakir Naik, he is accusing the Jews for being the owners or heading different multinational banks and lending it to other nations. And in the process, they are making money through the interest. But then Zakir can accuse. But when I read the Bible, I get a totally different picture. There are two verses in the Bible which says that what the Jews are doing now is a blessed activity. Let me read it from Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 6. It says that for the Lord your God will bless you just as he promised you. You shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. That is the promise of God. The Jews will lend to many nations and they will not borrow. That is the promise of God. Now let me take you to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 12. It says, the Lord will open to you his good treasure, the heavens, to give the rain to your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your hand. You shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. This is a clear blessing from the God of Israel to the Jewish people. Why is the Muslim nations perplexed? Because the blessing of God says that you shall lend and shall not borrow. And the Bible also says that the borrower is the slave to the lender. That is the reason exactly why the Jews are ruling the world. Is not that enough of proof from the Bible? Unfortunately, you Muslims who keep borrowing and is not able to give it back. You know, you're standing in Pakistan and saying that. And Pakistan has been borrowing money after money, but not in a position to pay back anything back. So Pakistan is the servant to the Jews.
और देखिएगा यहूदियों का साथ नहीं दे, बिल्कुल यहूद कंट्रोल कर रहे बैंक से, नंबर 2 मीडिया से जितने टॉप मीडिया है, स्टार टीवी, फॉक्स टीवी, 20 का भी मेजॉरिटी यहूद। रूपर्ट मर्डॉक का नाम सुने? रूपर्ट मर्डॉक, उसको बोलते माहिर मीडिया का। तो यहूद लोग कंट्रोल कर रहे 2 चीजें, बैंकों से, रिबा से और मीडिया से।
Well, it is very much amusing that he is accusing the Jews for controlling the media and thereby ruling the world. And he interestingly even goes ahead and tells us that Rupert Murdoch, the media mogul, is a Jew. But in fact, you know, information is at our fingertips. We can go and check whether Rupert Murdoch is a Jew. I checked. He is not a Jew. He is of the Scottish-Irish clan. He is not at all a Jew. Why would you want to tell he's a Jew? Because this guy wants to spread Jew hatred to his crowd. He is making up facts or false facts and fooling that huge crowd of people, telling that Rupert Murdoch, who is controlling the entire media, is a Jew. Well, Jews could be controlling some part of the media, but how would you accuse the Jews of controlling Al Jazeera, which is one of the greatest media houses around, doing anti-Semitism rounds time and again? How would you say that the BBC, which to me is an anti-Semitic media house now, CNN, what are they? They are an anti-Semitic media house. And now you are accusing the Jews for controlling the media? Dear Zakir Naik, at least assume for fact that this is the internet world. People will check and you cannot fool people for long.
अब अल्लाह के साथ अल्लाह को अपना बिजनेस पार्टनर बना। अल्लाह ताला फरमाते कौन है जो अल्लाह को लोन देगा, कर्ज देगा और अल्लाह उसे मल्टीप्लाई करेगा। तो ये हालात है बहन इसके वजह से क्योंकि हम मुसलमान कुरान और हदीस पे अमल नहीं कर रहे। अगर हम कुरान मजीद पे अमल करेंगे, जो आज मैंने तकरीर की उस पे अमल करेंगे और अल्लाह पे भरोसा करेंगे, आप क्यों बाकी यहूद पे भरोसा करते? क्यों इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड पे भरोसा करते? क्यों?
Well, the amusement continues. Zakir Naik is quoting a Quran verse in which Allah is saying that if you loan me some money, I will increase your money. Allah is trying to do business with the Muslims. But our God does not do business with poor, tiny, puny little people like us. He just blesses us without giving any loan. But then let me assume that Allah is basically telling that, okay, in my name you give money to somebody, some poor fellow, feed them. I can take that. But then you are accusing the Muslims, the entire Muslim world, for not giving zakat. As far as I know, Muslims are faithful in giving their 2.5% zakat to the poor. Am I not right? You're standing in Pakistan. I know Pakistanis are very faithful in giving zakat. But then still Allah is not able to bless them for giving zakat, which actually proves my case that Allah is not a real God, or he is Satan disguised as God, because he would not bless the country of Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, all these poor countries. Go to all those Mauritania, Mali, Somalia, all those places. Are they dishonest Muslims? No, I think they are much honest and they are extra zealous than the Saudi and UAE Muslims. But then Allah is not able to bless them. Isn't that a proof?
तो अगर हम कुरान पे अमल करेंगे तो इंशाअल्लाह कोई भी हमें जलील नहीं कर सकता, कोई भी हमें हरा नहीं सकता, कोई भी हमें डिफीट नहीं कर सकता है। और इंशाअल्लाह ये वक्त आएगा। अल्लाह ताला का वादा है कुरान मजीद में 3 जगह, सूरह तौबा सूरह नंबर 9 आयत नंबर 33, सूरह फतह सूरह नंबर 48 आयत नंबर 28 और सूरह सफ सूरह नंबर 61 आयत नंबर 9, हुवल्लज़ी अरसल रसूलहु बिल-हुदा वद्दीनुल हक लियुज़हिरहु अला दीनि कुल्लिह। अल्लाह ने अपने आखिरी पैगंबर मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम को भेजा दीनुल हक के साथ, ताकि वो सारे दीनों पे हावी हो जाए, चाहे वो क्रिश्चियनिज्म हो, जुडाइज्म हो, हिंदुइज्म हो, बुद्धिज्म हो, सोशलिज्म हो, सेक्युलरिज्म हो, एथियज्म हो, कुल सब पे हावी होगा। और दो जगह अल्लाह ताला फरमाते वक़फ़ा बिल्लाहि शहीदा, एक जगह कि अल्लाह शहादत, अल्लाह की शहादत काफी है, और दो जगह अल्लाह फरमाते वलो करिहल मुश्रिकून, कितना भी मुशरिक ना चाहे तो फिर भी ये दीन गालिब होगा। और हदीस में
So Zakir Naik is continuing with his fun. He is quoted 3 Quranic verses which says that if you follow Muhammad, the messenger of Islam, you will prevail everywhere. The world will be under your feet. You will control the entire world, which the Jews are ironically doing according to the Muslims at this point in time. But aren't the Muslims following the Quran? Yes, the Muslims are following the Quran. They can fight for Islam, they can fight for Muhammad or Allah. You know, wherever somebody is drawing a cartoon about Muhammad, the Muslim goes around and chopping the heads of people. If that is what you mean by prevailing over others, agree, my friend. But to me, that is just madness. You know, mad cow diseases? Is a mad cow disease good for you? No. If you are supposed to be prevailing over others, and being controlling the entire world, it is not by violence. It is should be by goodness. See the Jews, their inventions, their advancement in science and technology. How many are they? 15 million, 16 million? Not that much. But then, how many Muslims are there? You guys claim that you are 2 billion. See, 2 billion in one scale and 15 million in another scale. The 15 million is stronger than the 2 billion. You know, countries like Iran is shaking in their legs. Saudi and UAE, they are namesake Muslims, but they are basically stooges of Israel. They will just dance to Israel's tune. What is Egypt doing? Egypt will keep mum when the Palestinians are being killed. So you guys, the real rulers of the Muslim world, the Saudis, the Egyptians, the UAE, the Omanis, they know that Israel is the true blessing and these people, the Islam is the curse of the world. So when you see light and darkness, where are you getting attracted to? Man, if I see light in one side and darkness on the other side, I would be gravitated towards light. But you guys are telling that you are going to control the world. True, you will control the world in darkness, but not in the real good terms. If there is a religion which has to be directly associated with terrorism, violence, and all the bad things of the world, without doubt, it is Islam. Ask any non-Muslim. They will talk straight at your face and tell you, it's Islam.
इसमें आता है कि आखिरत के पहले हम मुसलमान सारी दुनिया पे राज करेंगे इंशाअल्लाह 7 साल के लिए 7 साल के लिए हम देखना चाहते जब अल्लाह ने वादा किया तो क्यों आप कुरान से दूर जा रहे।
Well, thank you, Zakir Naik. This is the cherry on the top of the cake. Zakir Naik is telling us plain and clear that for the final 7 years of this world, Islam will rule the world. Anybody who knows little about Christian eschatology, there is an eschatological belief in Christians, among Christians, that the final 7 years of tribulation would be unleashed by Antichrist on Christians and Jews. So what would happen? That would be the worst time for Christians and Jews. And it would be unleashed by the Antichrist. The satanic kingdom would be on this earth for 7 years. That is the Christian eschatological belief. Does it coincide with the Islamic eschatological belief? Yes. When you say that Islam will rule the world, and we say that at the end of the 7 years would be the Antichrist regime, it matches exactly. Does it not? But then we also believe that Christ will come at the end of that 7 years of Antichrist regime, destroy him, and all his followers would be cast into the furnace of hell, and then there would be a 1,000-year reign of Christ. And after the 1,000-year reign of Christ, there will be a period of Gog-Magog war, and then the eternity would be coming up. So guys, that is the case with Zakir Naik and Islam. Thank you for listening to me. And this is the end of this video. If you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing this video. Please do like, share, and help us grow this channel. May the good Lord bless you and keep you. Bye for now.